Have you ever stopped to wonder how we went from building pyramids with bare hands to building skyscrapers with 3D printers? From farming along rivers to ordering groceries with one tap. Today, we're diving into one of the most epic stories in human history, the evolution of society, from ancient Egypt to our modern cities. Let's rewind time and watch humanity level up. Our journey starts in ancient Egypt. Around 3100 BCE, the Nile River gave life to one of the world's first civilizations. Egyptians built massive stone monuments, mastered irrigation, and created a structured society ruled by pharaohs believed to be living gods. Cities formed around temples and markets. Society was hierarchical. At the top, rulers and priests. At the bottom, farmers and slaves. They even invented a writing system, hieroglyphics. No phones, just stone walls and chisel vibes. Egypt showed us that with enough people and purpose, society could organize, build, and leave a legacy that lasts thousands of years. Eventually, the torch passed to the Greeks and Romans. In Greece, new ideas exploded: democracy, philosophy, theater. Cities like Athens weren't just places to live, they were places to think. Then came Rome, which took things up a notch. Roads, aqueducts, public baths, and giant arenas. They brought order, law, and infrastructure that shaped the modern idea of a city. The Romans even had fast food joints. Society was becoming smarter, cleaner, and more connected. But then, the fall. After Rome collapsed, Europe entered the Middle Ages, a slower, more chaotic time. Cities shrank and castles replaced civic centers. Feudalism ruled, kings on top, peasants at the bottom, with knights and lords in between. The church held the most power, and towns were built around cathedrals and monasteries. Life was local, religious, and pretty rough. But outside Europe, civilizations like the Islamic caliphates, the Chinese dynasties, and the Mali Empire were booming, building cities full of scholars, scientists, and trade. Then came the Renaissance, basically humanity's glow-up montage. Art, science, and learning came back strong. Printing presses spread knowledge fast. Cities like Florence, Venice, and Paris lit up with ideas and ambition. Exploration exploded, new trade routes, new colonies, and sadly, new conflicts. But cities became more global, more commercial, and way more crowded. And then, boom, the Industrial Revolution. The 1700s and 1800s turned everything upside down. Machines took over manual labor, factories rose, and people rushed from farms to cities for work. Cities exploded in size, but they were also polluted, cramped, and chaotic. Still, this era brought public transportation, electricity, telephones, and eventually, the skyscraper. For the first time, cities were vertical. Elevators were now just as important as roads. In the 20th century, things accelerated like never before. Wars changed borders and societies. Technology soared. Cars, planes, computers, the internet. Suburbs sprawled, downtowns boomed, and highways sliced through everything. Cities became cultural powerhouses and tech hubs. People from all over the world came together in growing urban jungles. Each city its own living, breathing organism. Today, we live in megacities, places with tens of millions of people. Skyscrapers, smart homes, satellite internet, and AI. We have cities built on islands, in deserts, even floating on the sea. But with that growth comes challenge, traffic, pollution, inequality, and climate change. So modern society is asking, can we build greener, smarter, kinder cities? We started with mud bricks and ended up with glass towers. We went from worshipping the sun to powering cities with solar panels. Every era changed how people lived, worked, and connected. And now it's our turn to shape the next evolution. Because the story of society, it's still being written by all of us.